The Moon's Secret Garden. One peaceful evening, the moon rose larger than Luna had ever seen before. It hung low above Fernhaven like a glowing silver lantern, bathing the hills in gentle light. Luna carried her own silver lantern along the familiar path through Moonhill Meadow. The wildflowers swayed softly. Crickets played their evening songs. Fireflies danced through the tall grass. Everything felt calm, almost. As Luna reached the top of the hill, she noticed something strange. Moonflowers, which always opened beneath the moonlight, remained tightly closed. Not one had bloomed. She knelt beside them. "That's odd," she whispered. Her lantern shimmered. Magic was near. A single silver petal floated down from the sky. It landed gently in Luna's hand. The moment she touched it, the petal glowed like moonlight upon water. A quiet voice drifted through the meadow. "If the flowers cannot bloom, perhaps the gardener needs a little help." Golden stardust circled Luna's feet. The meadow slowly disappeared. Higher and higher she floated until she landed inside a beautiful garden unlike anything she had ever seen. Every flower glowed with its own gentle light. Silver roses, golden lilies, bluebells that shimmered like tiny stars, moon orchids whose petals sparkled like frost. Butterflies made of soft light drifted through the air. Tiny streams flowed like liquid silver beneath little stone bridges. Above everything floated the enormous full moon. In the middle of the garden stood a smiling young woman wearing a cloak woven from moonbeams. Her long silver hair sparkled softly. She carried a tiny watering can shaped like a crescent moon. She smiled warmly. "Welcome, Luna. I'm Lily, the moon gardener." Luna looked around in amazement. "You take care of all these flowers?" Lily nodded. "Every flower that blooms beneath the night sky begins here." Luna's eyes grew wide. "Even the moonflowers in Fernhaven?" "Especially those." Luna noticed baskets filled with unopened flower buds. Some were tiny, some were almost ready to bloom. Others remained tightly closed. She pointed toward one little bud. "Why hasn't that one opened yet?" Lily smiled gently. "It isn't time." Just then, a tiny flower bud began to wiggle. "I want to bloom now." Another bud chimed in. "So do I." "They're already blooming." Several nearby flowers had already opened into beautiful glowing blossoms. The little buds looked disappointed. "We're too late. We'll never be as beautiful." Luna remembered feeling that way once, when everyone else seemed to know exactly what they were good at. Lily knelt beside the little buds. "My dear flowers, you cannot bloom by watching someone else's season." The buds became quiet. Every flower carries its own little clock. Some bloom in spring, some bloom in summer, some bloom only beneath the first full moon, and some bloom only after a gentle autumn rain. Luna listened carefully. "So every flower blooms at a different time?" "Exactly." Just then Fable trotted into the garden carrying his weathered leather satchel. "I thought I smelled moonflowers." Luna laughed. "You always know where the magic is." Fable tipped his hat. "I've learned to follow the scent of good stories." He reached into his satchel and removed 3 tiny seeds. One sprouted almost immediately. Another remained still. The third didn't move at all. The little buds giggled. That one forgot how to grow. Fable smiled. Perhaps. Then he quietly watered them. Nothing happened. The next morning, the first seed had become a little flower. The second had become a leafy plant. The third still rested beneath the soil. Days passed, still nothing. Weeks passed. Nothing. The little flowers whispered, "I told you. It will never bloom." Then one peaceful night, the earth gently cracked. A tiny green shoot appeared. Slowly, patiently, it grew taller, higher, stronger, until one moonlit evening, the largest, brightest moonflower in the entire garden finally opened. Its silver petals shimmered like tiny stars. The other flowers gasped. It was worth waiting for. Lily smiled. It always is. The little flower buds looked at one another. We don't have to hurry. We don't have to race. We simply have to keep growing. One by one, they relaxed. Not one tried to bloom before its time again. Luna looked across the glowing garden. Every flower looked different. Every flower bloomed at its own perfect moment. Not one was late, not one was early. Each was exactly where it was meant to be. The moon climbed higher. "It is almost time to return," Lily said. She handed Luna one tiny silver moonflower seed. "Plant this when someone believes they are growing too slowly. It will remind them." Luna hugged Lily. "I'll take good care of it." So, golden stardust wrapped around Luna once more. A moment later, she stood again in Moon Hill Meadow. The moonflowers around her slowly opened, one after another, as though they had simply been waiting for the right moment. Luna smiled. She finally understood. Growing slowly did not mean growing wrong. Sometimes the most beautiful blooms are simply taking their time. She lifted her lantern and followed the winding path home beneath the moon. High above Fernhaven, the moon seemed to smile, and somewhere within its hidden garden, Lily gently watered tomorrow's flowers. Gentle reflection. Have you ever wished you could do something as quickly as someone else? Maybe you wanted to read faster, draw better, run quicker, or learn something new. It's easy to compare yourself to others, but flowers never compare their blooming. They simply grow. Just like the flowers in the moon's secret garden, you have your own special season. Keep learning, keep growing, keep believing. You don't have to bloom before you're ready, because the most beautiful flowers are never in a hurry.